As we look ahead to Saturday's game against Gateshead very shortly, but first of all, obviously we can't not start this interview by looking back at the news of the week. When you got the call from Jay, what was your reaction?
I was shocked, if I'm being honest, and obviously gutted. You know, I mean, Jay's been part of the club for so long and done such an incredible job, not just on the pitch, off the pitch as well. And obviously the club's seen fit to make a change.
I was gutted, to be fair. It's something that came as a surprise to a lot of us, to see that he's not here no more. It took everyone by surprise, and we couldn't really believe it until obviously he phoned us and to tell us that this is what's happened.
Like football is, it's horrible to say. You've got to move on. You've got to move on quickly. That's football, and as I said, we've got a game to prepare for Saturday. And obviously, I came down and spoke to Terry and Bill, and they asked me if I'd take over, and for the time being, the caretaker. And it could have been easier to go to leave there and then as well, but it would have left the club in a awkward position with no one else coaching staff wise to take it. So I said, yeah, I'll take it, and I'll do whatever the club need me to do. I've never hid my fact of love for the club, and as I said to Terry and Bill, I'm happy to do whatever you need me to do, whatever capacity it is, because what's best for the football club.
You've been obviously full of praise of him since the time you joined here. So, you say he had a marked influence in your career over the last 2.5 years.
Yeah, definitely. He brought me here at a time when I wasn't really enjoying football that much, and he gave me the confidence and opportunity to come here, to come and show what I'm about. And I owe him a lot, to be fair, because since he brought me here, the love for the game is back again, and I'm enjoying my time here.
I guess it obviously is a difficult decision in some respects. As you say, you've worked alongside him both as a player and then obviously the most recent weeks as an assistant. But how have you found the lads? Obviously, you've had them in for the session today. What's the mood there? Have you been able to have a chat?
I think it's been good. We had a chat this morning. We had a chat today. Thought training was good. Their effort and their reaction in training was fantastic. So it's always a positive sign. You never sure which way it'll go. And obviously, look, in football, I've been part of it enough, and a few of the boys have been in there enough where managers come and go. But I think a lot of it with Jay was personal. He's a lot of good personal relationships with players and people at a football club. So I think it's a little, as I said, it could go either way with some players. But obviously, with the chat today in the training session, it's good positive attitude, and everyone wants to get on a right track Saturday. So I can't praise the players enough for their reaction today. To how they've applied themselves in approaching Saturday's game.
So on a personal level, very privileged to work with him over the last 6.5 years. So there's more to him than we saw in the dugout, isn't there? More than people would have seen on the training pitch. It's that bit off the pitch as well that was that really made him the character, and people can understand the outpouring there's been over the last 48, 72 hours.
Yeah, definitely. He wasn't only just a manager. Off the pitch, you can talk to him about anything. You've got a family problem, he's there to understand. He understands you, and it's a bit it's a bit strange that he's not here. But football is like that. It's a results game, and obviously we wasn't getting the results that sometimes our performance deserves. But in that case, he's taking the fall for it, and we as players got to look at ourselves very hard, as well as everything else, and hopefully we can bounce back with some victory for him, as well as for everyone at the club, the fans, the board, everyone.
In terms, obviously tomorrow, with it being a long journey, you're travelling the day before. Again, good to have the players all together. It's obviously a long journey, isn't it? But at least you've got some time with each of them, chance to bond, etc.
These trips they're long. They're obviously part of the parcel of this league, but they're good to get away together as a group, and maybe with what's going on as well, it may be good to get them away together as a whole day, if you like, together, where they're not sat in their own houses and doing different things. They're together as a group. We're going through it all together as a group and pulling in the same direction. We'll travel up tomorrow. We'll train on the way up tomorrow, and then stay overnight, and then go and try and get positive results Saturday.
We don't like losing. I don't like losing. you think about it too much, the quicker we bounce back the better. And I'm sure everyone in the change room is looking to do that on this Saturday, because if we get some victory under our belt, it gives us confidence to kick on even more.
In terms of that game, obviously, research done. You know what you need to do to try and counter the threat.
Yeah,
there.
I've looked at, look, as I said, they've started the season very well. You know, they have. I think a lot of people, for some reason, before the season had written them off a little bit. But they're a well-established National League side. I mean, I remember playing against them years ago when I was at Grimsby, and then being a tough side to play then. You know, but they've stayed in this league ever since. So they're a well-established side in this division. So it's going to be a tough game.
You've mentioned, obviously, we spoke about it before. Now one of the senior players in that side. So for yourself, as you head into this weekend's fixture, is there more impetus on you, Stuart Lewis and Wolves, to get those younger members of the squad fired up and ready?
Yeah, obviously the gaffer brought a lot of us here, so I'm sure him departing would take a big. It will impact a lot of people. So it's on us to try to motivate ourselves as well as the young ones to try to make sure we dig in and be together and try to get the results that the club, ourselves and the club need.
And your message to the supporters that's going to make that long journey up there?
I don't think our supporters need messages. They're fantastic. You know, they really are. And I mean, coming back, you see the effect they have. It's been brilliant since coming back and seeing the fans, home and away. You know, the support's been fantastic. Some away games, you think you're at home. You know, but just a safe journey to all the supporters up there, and just get behind the boys like they do, because they need you now more than ever.
Just keep. They've been unreal, to be fair. Even throughout last season, throughout the difficult moments, they were there, and I'm sure they will turn up in their numbers. Keep supporting us, and we try to make you proud.